Hey everybody, welcome back to Vinyl 101 with Kent. It's been a while, but been having some fun buying and collecting some new records. What I wanted to do with tonight's episode is kind of talk about a bunch of records I've recently bought or recently I've come into my collection, either through some trade groups I know I'm involved in, or some just going to record shops and crate digging. But also there's this really cool app called Whatnot, where it's people who host online auctions either from their homes or their own record stores, where they sell records in their in their own private catalog if they're trying to get rid of stuff, or selling stuff out of the store. But I've got about 6 different records I want to just talk about that have recently arrived in my home and go over each one of them. Alright, so give me 1 second, let me get everything together. First record I'm going to talk about is Elton John's Greatest Hits. This is an amazing album by an amazing artist. This is, believe it or not, this Greatest Hits album was released in 1974. 1974! That was 50 years ago. This guy had a Greatest Hits album then. I mean, Elton John, rock and roll royalty. I mean, if you don't know who this man is, just check out this album. This is a beautiful record made up of songs in that era of his career. I love it. I love Sir Elton. He's again rock royalty, and I love his tunes. You should too. Next, I'm going to talk about Los Angeles' very own Suicidal Tendencies. Yes. Suicidal Tendencies was formed in Venice, California in 1992. 1990, 1992. This album, oh God, The Art of Rebellion, released in 1993. Just an amazing metal, punk rock album. This band had how to put this? They had some issues where they were banned from California, playing shows in California for a long time due to some of the violence of their concerts and gang notoriety, where LA gangs would start showing up to their shows. That's not the case now. They can play wherever. I've actually seen Suicidal twice. They've been amazing. I got to meet the lead singer, Mike Muir, after a show once. The nicest guy. Talked about music with him for about 5 minutes, and just a really nice guy who's in a badass band. Next, I'm gonna talk about. Just wait. You're not ready for this one, but all right. Anthrax's Worship Music. This is Anthrax's 2011 release, featuring the mighty return, I should say, of lead singer Joey Belladonna. Joey was gone for probably 20 years due to personal issues within the band, whatnot, whatever, it doesn't matter. He was back, and he's still back. This is an amazing album that came out I can't do math, 2011, but there are some amazing tunes on this. First of all, I'm Alive. I'm Alive is an absolute rager that belongs in stadiums. It's an amazing tune that brings you back to the old days when concerts were hosted in huge venues that just got the entire stadium roaring. Just a badass. I got to see them on this tour for this album twice. The first was the Mighty Big Four Festival featuring them, Slayer, Megadeth, and Metallica in Palm Springs. That was the first time in the U.S. that all four of those bands had ever played together on one stage. They are the founding forefathers of thrash metal here in the States, and this is a great representation of old school Anthrax and where the band is now. Just a great band, an amazing album. If you don't have this, get it. Again, so many great albums. Again, I mentioned I'm Alive. Also, you've got The Devil You Know and Kill 'Em All Till They're Dead. It's actually, I apologize. Find 'Em Till They're Dead. It's an amazing record. Check it out. Next, I'm going to talk about The Mighty Tool. This is a live bootleg album I found through Whatnot, who I just purchased or just mentioned earlier. This is taken from one of their shows from 2002. Fortunately, it's not the entire show. It's just it has the first 8 tracks. Typically, they play anywhere from 12 to 14 tracks per show, but it's amazing. It's the best sounding Tool bootleg I have. Tool live bootleg, I should say. And it's great. The show starts off with Fear Inoculum off of the band's latest release, then moves into Zombie from 10,000 Days. It's just done a great set. I say this all the time, how many times I've seen this band. I've seen this band 16 times now. Saw them 4 times on the tour for Fear Inoculum. It's just a rager album, and an album of where the band is at this time, especially in their ages. You know, the lead singer, Maynard James Keenan, he's 60 now, but still roaring on that stage, and I'm 46, and I'm still roaring in the crowd. At least I think I'm roaring. I may be sounding like a dead pigeon trying to roar, but you never know. But still, if you can find this, get it. It's amazing. Lastly, I'm going to talk about the 2 latest records that have just arrived in my collection. One of them actually arrived today. The other arrived earlier this week. And they're both by the mighty Queensryche. That's right, Queensryche, prog metal giants out of Seattle, Washington. Awesome band, killer band actually. This one is actually a Japanese pressing of their initial EP by the same name. It's actually the initial pressing from 1983, a Japanese pressing, and it still has the obi, the paper sleeve on top of the record. I love this record. I love the fact that I was able to find it on Japanese pressing. Yeah, love it. Yeah. The final one is, again, the second Queensryche record I just showed. This is I believe, one of their defining albums. Next to, for me, Empire. Empire is one of my all-time favorite records. But Operation Mindcrime is what you call a concept album. A concept album is you write an album around a story or an idea for a story. The story really revolves around this guy. This guy's name is Nicky. It talks about how, he was young, he was into drugs, and how he kind of went the wrong way with it. Really, there's no good way to go with it, but became an overboss, and then eventually found a redemption story. But just an amazing prog album, and again, just even a great metal album. Queensryche is known as prog giants, but they also are a great heavy metal band. The cool thing is Jeff Tate, the leader of Queensryche, just announced that he is going to be doing one last tour playing Operation Mindcrime in its entirety. Unfortunately, he's not playing in Phoenix, but he is playing in Tucson. Unfortunately, it is a weeknight, so I don't know. I'm going to see if I can go, because I'd love to hear this album live one more time. Yeah, might take the next day off and just drive down to Tucson that day after I get off of work. But, yep, we'll see. But that's everything that's new in my little record collection, or little record store, or what I call a listening room. But thanks for tuning in. That's kind of all I have. I just wanted to go over some of the new records that I've just received. Once I get any more new stuff, I'm kind of done buying records right now. I say that I'm never done, but I'm kind of running out of room, so I need to get a new storage thing. But yeah, anyway, thanks as always for tuning in. You know me, I love my records and I love my tunes. So always stay listening to the records, check out your tunes. Queensryche Records, vinyl. See? These disc things, they're called records. Check them out. They are amazing. You know what's also great? I'm going to go on a tangent here, but that's what this whole channel is for. One of the reasons I collect vinyl records is this is a chance for me to actually own the music I love. You know, in the age that we live in, it's digital, it's iTunes, it's you know, whatever, whoever your provider is, iTunes, Apple Music, if you have Google, and whoever else. But with records and CDs, still, if you own CDs, I don't own any CDs anymore, but you own this stuff. This is mine. This is tangible. Yeah, you own this. Whereas if something more happened and Apple Music somehow collapses, or there's a server, or whatever, who knows? You know what? I have this. This is mine. I can put this on my record player at any time, any night, any hour. So look in the vinyl. It's a way to have something to hold while you're listening to your record. You can look at the liner notes, read along with the with the lyrics. You can also just admire the artwork from the album cover. All right, I've been rambling, but again, like I said, that's kind of what I like to do when it comes to music. But thanks as always for tuning in, everybody. Hope you all have a great rest of your weekend, and take care. See ya. Bye.